Hey, what's up everybody? So this is going to be another Yuris Revenge game on Doom Patrol. And this is actually a map. It's really a good, it's a fun map because it's a small map. Actually, I'm trying to get my strategy really good on this map. And a little bit the same as Blood Feud in some ways. So I'm going to scout the map, and I make a GI or two in the beginning just so something to shoot at the dogs and stuff. And
construction complete. Building.
So I mean, yeah, it's good to try to master some maps. Like if you're new, try to master like Isle of War, Blood Feud, Doom Patrol. Honestly, you had to master the game before you master a map, kinda. But I mean,
training. Unit ready.
I mean, try to get to the point where you're not making any major mistakes on the map like this. Like,
insufficient funds.
You see a lot of players that get terror droned or something, or the dogs eat the Guardian GIs or something, or they get tank rush and they lose right away. Try not to let any major things happen like that on this map, for a small map.
Oh, hello, sir. Chrono reporting for duty. Chrono reporting for duty.
And I think the meta's changing a little bit because it used to be a Cell MCV map. If it was regular 2, probably still would be. Since it's Yuris Revenge, it's a little bit different. I think the meta's changing a little bit on this map. Because before I used to sell MCV, Go Harriers, Go Rocketeer, and I actually changed it up a little bit. Actually, it's a little bit better the strategy I have now than I had like last year on this map.
Watch my dust. Made for speed. Pilot reporting. Like the wind. Tools of the trade. Running smooth. Unit reporting. Yep. We can make adjustments.
Training.
Orders. We can make adjustments.
And try to, do some harassment with this IVs, but not really try to kill them.
Yes, sir. Bound forward.
So my strategy is, get a plane pretty quick. I mean, if you're allies, you wanna use something in the air. I mean, you gotta use some of the ally special abilities. Well, unless you should just play Soviet if you don't want to use air, you don't want to use IVs, if you don't want to use anything that's in the allies army, then play Soviet. If you just want to go nothing but grizzly tanks.
Everything's made to fit. Watch my dust. Aircraft reporting.
So my plane, trying to get some hits in, soften them up. The plane really softens them up a lot.
Unit ready.
And I actually had a read on this guy. This is when you play poker when you have a read on somebody. I kind of remember he did that last game to me. And I was like, he's going to pop. And I seen how the tanks are sitting still. I was like, I know he's going to pop that flak cannon right there. So my plane just basically left. Didn't run into the flak cannon.
Construction complete.
So I'm trying to go with the GIs and the tanks. If he lets me go up on him, I'm going to shoot his refinery or his war factory.
Building.
But the Desolator, obviously I can't attack him with that Desolator right there.
Ready. Unit ready.
We'll go.
Select target.
He dodged the plane, which kind of sucks a little bit. And I knew the power went down. That's the reason why I flew over the flak cannon.
Construction complete.
So my plan is, see macro and micro, like how you building your army, how you making money, how's your money going, like what units are you making, are you making planes? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm trying to get it where your macro, my macro is supposed to be getting a lot better.
Unit reporting.
Construction complete. Building.
Oh, hello, sir.
Warning.
Iron Curtain, see, that's the thing I don't like about Soviet in this map. I could go supers off, and then all they would really have to do is make industrial plan, but then allies would have the advantage in the long game.
Channel clear. Thrusters engaged.
See if I could just swarm up on them with these GIs, have the Guardian GIVs in the back. I'd have a good fighting position.
Unit ready.
But I'm kind of starting to do, see how I'm trying to mess with that plane. I actually doing the same thing versus Sandeep, where I just basically keep flying the plane around looking for magnetrons to shoot. I made a mistake with this Mirage tanks. Lost a Mirage tank. Right? The miners actually killed it, but it's alright.
Ready.
Not too far behind me because my buildings are doing well right now. I see when.
On hold.
And another thing is when I think he might have won 2 minus from War Factory on this map. I'm not positive.
Force shield ready.
And there's in my second plane. When you have 2 planes, you could kill flak trucks, or 1 plane if you're Korea.
Building. Training.
And I was like, oh shit, I don't have my battle forces because I actually hit 0 because my chronosphere. I had a somewhat of an early chronosphere.
Construction complete.
I'm like, oh shit, the Iron Curtain. He got. This is like big trouble right here.
Unit lost.
Battle fortress isn't totally filled, but I gotta get the hell out of here. I gotta hightail it out of here.
Unit lost. Our base is under attack. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost.
Shit, is that a Desol bomb? So I gotta get out of that Desolator or I'm gonna die.
Unit lost.
So I shielded my like very important buildings. Chronosphere and Battle Life, super important.
Our base is under attack. Low power. Ore miner under attack. Unit lost. Ore miner under attack.
It looks like he almost got me right there. He almost got me. So I got a little bit of army. If I could just basically get a pillbox, I might just have just enough to freaking send him packing, send him away. Yep, just enough. I think he's pretty much a smart player. He realizes when I put up that pillbox, he realized like, wow, you know, I do have my tank, but with that pillbox and the fact that my tanks are damaged, it'd be better off to leave. Possibly get a repair depot or just come back again with the Iron Curtain in a minute or 2.
Building. Construction complete.
And now try to. Navy SEALs are a good counter to the Iron Curtain. They don't always hit it, but I mean,
Unit ready.
I would say I'd probably get the Iron Curtain like 50% of the time when I rush like this.
Curtain activated.
50% of the time.
Unit lost.
But since he's distracted, I think my chances of getting it like 90% maybe. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers, but
Building. Ore miner.
I know he might get a miner. I just want to save some of the miners. He might get a miner.
Construction.
And
Unit lost.
I was actually off screen. I actually hotkeyed deployed
Reinforcements
Navy SEAL
ready.
when I wasn't even looking at it.
Good to go.
Unit ready. Select target.
Paradrop. Collect some paradrops. Because I want to have a solid defense when he comes in with the Iron Curtain. So I know the Desol bombs. The Desolator bombs are very rough right now. I mean, he could really. Most of my tanks are Mirage tanks now, so I mean, I'm not too comfortable, but at the same time, I got my Chronosphere.
Chronosphere ready.
My Chronosphere is
Unit ready.
ready to go.
Select target. Warning. Chronosphere.
I knew he was actually gathering troops. I think
ready.
he forgot about that.
Tools of the trade.
See, that's the thing. You're doing. A lot of people forget about it, but the thing is, what he was doing is I think he was either getting his Desolator ready,
Transformer panels in order.
or
We can make
he was like getting his tanks to collect together.
Who's your daddy?
Oh, he didn't force
Unit
shield.
lost.
One more for the landfill. Perfect hideout.
I think he might have went on tilt for like 25 seconds after I hit him with the Chronosphere.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Want some shade?
Unit promoted.
See, and this Mirage is just too freaking strong.
Sanctuary. Now you see me, soon you won't.
And now it's basically game over. The Desolator is gonna like keep me out of his base for maybe 1 minute, but other than that, you know,
Bound forward.
it's basically game over. I just had to finish him off.
Laying low. Nobody here but us. Want some shade? Laying low.
Yeah, you do forget about the Chronosphere,
Funds.
but at the same time, remember, he almost killed me with the Iron Curtain a few minutes ago. And the fact that I basically hurt him really bad with that Chronosphere. I mean, that's my super weapon versus his super weapon.
Green and unseen.
But the Iron Curtain is usually the
Cancel.
easier super weapon to use. And
Structure sold.
Aren't the trade
Unit lost.
I was like, oops.
Unit lost.
So all I gotta do is wait for my battle fortress. And the game's over.
Training. Reinforcements ready. Select target. Unit ready.
Look natural. Mean, green, and unseen.
See, I got how many Mirage tanks? I got quite a few Mirage tanks.
Green and
Unit
unseen.
ready.
I mean, for him to kill those Mirage tanks, I mean, with anything other than a Desolator would be so hard.
On my way. Nobody here but us.
I don't need a Navy SEAL. Because he's not gonna come in like... Navy SEAL kills the Desolator faster. But GIs actually do damage to buildings and tanks. So I mean, this is actually a different kind of battle fortress. It's 3 Guardian GIs, 2 GIs. So, not a SEAL battle fortress. And I actually misclicked right there. I was like, oh my god. I was actually was thinking, oh my god, I actually could lose this game still, really. But I got the chronosphere, so I mean. And for some reason I lost all my Mirage tanks right there. It would have been pretty bad, but I didn't.
Reinforcements ready.
So yeah, it's basically game over. He's probably gonna quit, and he's about to quit the game. Good game, and yeah,
Victorious.
good game.